Alright, so today I just felt like playing Minecraft and like talking about some stuff because there's some stuff on my mind. Wait, my audio is really buggy. I don't know why it does that. That's kind of annoying. Anyways, so today I kind of wanted to talk about like how a bunch of businesses are like extremely anti-consumer now because like it feels like CEOs don't care about their customers anymore. They just care about making a profit. They only want to make as much money as possible. So, which is really sad because back then, we businesses would make products that would appeal to customers, that would actually satisfy customers. And now it feels like it feels like they just care about making money and like sound appealing to like stockholders and whatever. So yeah, it's just kind of sad, right? Now, recently, if you haven't heard, there's been this phenomenon called Ramageddon. And basically, if you don't know what Ramageddon is, it's basically like just the end of PC building, right? To be more specific, basically, RAM sticks have skyrocketed. Like 500% more expensive. 5 times more expensive than they should be, right? Now, the reason why, is because, well, there's a certain company called Micron, and basically Micron is basically a huge leader in like producing like consumer memory sticks, and they just completely discontinued their memories producing brand. All right, so basically Micron had this subsidiary company called Crucial, and Crucial was a large leader in the consumer RAM business, and they decided, well, we're not going to be making these sticks anymore. So they just ceased production of all these sticks, and now there's not enough sticks. All right, there's not enough RAM. So now prices have skyrocketed. There's not enough supply to satisfy the demand, and the reason is that, well, they want to make more money and they want to sell their RAM. They want to allocate their production to AI companies, all right? Because here's the thing, right? There's different types of RAM, right? So first there's consumer RAM or like DRAM, which is just normal RAM. It's RAM that your computer uses, your smartphone uses, basically just for everyday devices. Whereas the RAM that AI like data centers have, they use high bandwidth RAM, all right? So basically it's way faster, it's much way faster RAM, so that I don't know, like AI can process more information and they can learn more stuff. And it's also really expensive, right? But the thing is, AI companies are willing to spend like a ton of money for these RAM, for the high bandwidth RAM. So now they're just asking all these RAM companies to produce more RAM for them than for consumer companies, which is understandable to extent, all right? We want to make money, all right? Most of these companies' income, like the memory producing companies, most of that comes from AI nowadays, all right? So it kind of makes sense. But to just completely stop selling, just to completely cease production, right? Just saying, hey, consumer, we don't want to sell RAM sticks to you anymore. That's different, all right? Because, well, you had a loyal customer base, you had a loyal fan base that uses your sticks. You're the go-to company when they want to buy memory, and now they just can't. Right? They can't buy from you. They can't buy for a reasonable price at least. 32 gigabytes, which is a like a sweet spot for like gaming computers. 32 gigabytes of RAM used to cost like, I don't know, maybe $100, and now it costs 500. So, and this just happened in November. So, yeah, now we can't buy RAM sticks anymore, and people can't build like computers. They can't replace their RAM. If someone's RAM is broken, and they have to spend way more. My RAM sticks, I bet you, my RAM sticks will cost more than my computer right now. Right? When I bought my computer at first, right? It was like what, $500? RAM sticks now cost $500. Right? That's insane. That's wild. That's wild from a consumer perspective. It's just so sad because like companies don't care about the consumer anymore. They just care about making money. And you know what the most outlandish thing is that they did? It's the fact that after Micron discontinued the Crucial brand, they still are selling them, which is like fine, but they're still selling them at price, and like they're still selling stuff at like conventions because there was a convention in India where they like where like companies sell computer parts and whatever, and they still had the Crucial brand, and they were selling memory sticks, which is just disappointing. And yeah, jokes aside though, all serious aside though, how should I like decorate my watchtower? Like I'm thinking. Yeah, let me show you this, alright? Because I think this is pretty cool, alright? I've worked really hard on this. So I have a bed here. I should have a bed somewhere here. I don't know how to decorate this. Maybe I was thinking we have some plants, you know, like this, you know, feel me? This, and this. Nope, that's not right. Anyways, what I wanted to say is that like Micron isn't the only company that's like being extremely anti-consumer. They're the most recent example, but they're not the only one. Right? There's many companies that are just completely anti-consumer. Right? Take Apple for example. Right? Apple is what direction is Apple heading into? Like, let's be honest. What is Apple's long-term goal other than to make money? All right, they're not making any advancements in like technology or whatever, and the most recent thing that I can think of that they like introduced is like those things that you put your iPhone in, like those slings that cost like that are like heavily overpriced. Like that's the only thing I can think of. That's their newest invention. It's something that's like existed for like what 10 years. Apple literally did this like 10 years ago with the like iPod holders, and you could get six for like $10. Like how does that make sense? All right, like it just shows how companies nowadays they don't care about what the consumer thinks. They just care about what stockholders think, and they just care about the money. And that's it's sad, but it's true. All right. How do I do this? Um, wait, this is confusing. I swear I had another bed. Yeah, so that's just this is just sad because back then companies really cared about the consumer, right? They didn't just care about making money, right? Here, let me think of another example. Roblox. Roblox is like a good game. Roblox, no, it's not even a good game. Roblox is just sad the way they've become. All right. When I used to think of Roblox, I thought of it as like just some random kids game that people played, and yeah, Roblox was fun, but like it was just a kids game, right? Now Roblox is just this utter like it's just this cash grab, right? It's a huge cash grab. Wait, let me just show you the games on Roblox right now. All right. Is it showing? Yep. Let me show you. Let me go to charts, and it's just a ginormous cash grab. I mean, what is Find the Brain Rot? Why is this a game? Who finds this enjoyable? Who finds this entertaining? This has 100K players on it. I bet you this game has more players than Silksong. This game has more players than Silksong. This game has more players than Silksong. A freaking Roblox game that's literally about collecting brain rots has more player count, has a higher player count than like 80%, 90% of Steam games. All right, and it's just full of utter slop, and like, and this is not the stuff I would be expecting, considering that Roblox is is like now this is really like I don't know how to describe it. It's a very developed programming now. Like the the software used to like make these games, it's now like very detailed. It's very like refined and now, and you can make a lot of stuff. You do so much more with the game engine that Roblox uses than make freaking like steal a brain rot. Like why? Why do you choose to use these resources? There's so many resources, it's like entire documentation. It's so detailed just to make Dandy's world. All right, what is Dandy's world? This game it looks utter trash. None of this looks funny. None of this looks fun. Don't get crushed by six. All right, and just Roblox has become just this company that's entirely based on impressing stockholders, right? That they just care about the stock. Ever since they got on public, they only care about their stock. They're trying to advertise themselves at this as this like metaverse, and like it's just sad, you know. Given like what Roblox used to be, Roblox just used to be the silly like game that was like rip off of Legos, and like it wasn't supposed to be high quality. Then games weren't high quality. They were like trash, but they were meant to be trash. They weren't meant to be taken seriously. Now Roblox has gone into this direction where they want to be silly, but they also want to be like futuristic. They want to be like modern. Like just look how dull this webpage is, and then just look at these weird games that are like populating this dull screen. Like it's just sad, you know. And like even like just we don't care. Companies don't care about the consumer anymore. They don't care what the people think. They just care about what the stockholders think. They just care about how much money they make. They base off their thing off like numbers. That's literally gift. We are just essentially numbers. How much money we dispense into their company. All right, and yeah, so it's just. Anyways, I actually need to find this bag, you know. For real. Yeah, so. And I think that's about it, you know. So, I guess I'll see you guys next time. See ya.